First Snow by Mary Oliver. The snow began here this morning and all day continued, its white rhetoric everywhere, calling us back to why, how, whence such beauty and what the meaning, such an oracular fever, flowing past windows and energy it seemed would never ebb, never settle less than lovely, and only now, deep into night, it has finally ended. The silence is immense, and the heavens still hold a million candles. Nowhere the familiar things, stars, the moon, the darkness we expect, and nightly turn from. Trees glitter like castles of ribbons, and the broad fields smolder with light. A passing creek bed lies, heaped with shining hills. And though the question that has assailed us all day remain, not a single answer has been found. Walking out now into silence and the light under the trees, and though the fields feels like one. This poem is about the first snow of the winter season. The narrator is observing and describing the beautiful events they are witnessing in the woods, how beautiful the snow makes the trees compared to just architecture in general, and how it's defeating the beauty of these man-made structures. And in the beginning, there's a question proposed which is much similar to the life questions we face today of why are we here, what is our purpose, and towards the end the answer is the beauty of the nature, which is the whole meaning of the poem. This is from the contemporary era, so the aspects that are shown all throughout include the questioning and the giving the voice to little things, and finally the experimental tendencies. So the questioning is shown at the beginning of the why, where, whence, and that shows how she's questioning how we are on this planet, the major question in life. And then she goes on in the poem to give voice to the silent beauty of nature and describing the little things like the glistening on the fresh snow. And finally, the physical structure of the poem shows the experimental tendencies that often followed in this era. The enjambment throughout the poem, without any real reason, shows the extreme experimentation with the form of the poem. Mary Oliver was known for loving nature and using this for her inspiration for writing. She was also known for looking at the lesser-known aspects of nature, which is focused on throughout most of her work. This is shown through First Snow with the topic of how beautiful nature is and how it proposes such a major question in life. There's parallelism with the lines, "The snow began here," and "The silence is immense." Both of these are the only two times that a new sentence begins on its own line. It goes in the form with the word "the," a noun, the line break, and then verb adjective. There's also an extended metaphor where the stars are compared to candles in the sky, and later are said to make the snow smolder from the brightness. Finally, there is a simile comparing the glittering trees to castles of ribbons to show the breathtaking beauty of the snow covering the trees. This poem is very similar to the artwork of Diana Al-Hadid, and this one that is showing currently is called Synonym. And Diana would produce art pieces that are complex and were strange for the time, and they were large sculptures that appear to be melting but are actually solid. She constructs these with elements of art throughout history, including Northern Renaissance art and Gothic architecture. She also includes fluids that look like the liquid is dripping down. That's what gives it the melting appearance. But this current one on the screen shows the experimental aspects of the contemporary era.